Hey guys, it's Sheena from Crafty Mama Studios. I've got a new project to show you. This adorable 3D Santa card is perfect for the upcoming season. Let's take a look. The first piece you're looking for is a long skinny rectangle. Fold along all the perforations and then glue the small tab to form a longer full rectangle. Once that's on there, go ahead and set it aside so that it can dry. You're going to want to grab the back piece that's got the cutout and your full back piece. I used a cute pattern paper, but you can use whatever you'd like. Put glue all around. I've also done some preparations beforehand just to make it a little easier. I went ahead and glued all of my presents together, so you can have that done so that it'll be a little bit easier along the way. Once you've got that all together, go ahead and set it aside so it can dry. The next piece that you're going to want to pull out is the front. And you're going to need both the full panel and the sleigh. Get that all glued together. Then go ahead and grab the bottom part of the sleigh. I like to use my Zig glue pen for the smaller pieces. It just seems to be a little bit easier, not as messy. You don't have those big glue clumps when you put it all together. Now that you've got the bottom sleigh pieces on, go ahead and grab your Merry Christmas and get that glued. It just goes right over the top. After that, you'll grab the holly pieces. I did mine in glitter just to give it a little extra. Santa's up next. I went ahead and glued my Santa face together just to save a little bit of time on the video. But the instructions that are included with the file show you exactly which way, which pieces go in which order. You wouldn't have to glue all the pieces onto the extra red piece where Santa is. You could glue it right onto the back, to the front panel of the sleigh, but I found it was easier just to prepare it and then I could glue the whole piece onto the sleigh. I also did that with the presents, so you'll have that as an option as well. That way you could glue all the presents onto one panel and then just glue the panel on. I didn't do that, so you'll be able to see both ways. If you wanted, you could have put foam dots underneath like the ball on Santa's hat or the rim of Santa's hat just to give it a little extra dimension. You also could use some sort of a felt or furry something to just give him a little bit of extra if you'd like to do that. Now that I've got Santa all put together, I'm going to go ahead and glue him right onto that front sleigh panel. Once Santa's glued on there and kind of dry, you can go ahead and flip the piece over, and that original rectangle that we made goes right inside the hole that's on the back side of that. You're going to want to glue it really well, push down, and then I kind of flip it back and forth just because the card is going to fold that way. You want to make sure that it's good. Then go ahead and take the back panel, flip that over so that you can see the matching rectangle there. And we're gonna go ahead and put the presents on. That way it makes it easier to do that now as opposed to later if it was already glued together. This is also where you could take the extra panel that I've provided and glue all the presents onto that extra panel. Then you'd only have to put the panel onto the back side of the sleigh. Either way you can do it and it will turn out the same. I've also gone ahead and used some foam dots underneath my presents to give them a bit of dimension while I made this part. One good thing about all these presents are you can use all the little scrap pieces that you have laying around. You don't have to use a big sheet of paper and just mix and match, just like normal presents would be. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and double up on my foam dots. That way it's double thick because I'm putting it over top of that present that's already raised. So it's already got one of those foam dots behind it. So I'm putting one on the side that's going over top that present and then a double layer of the foam dots onto the right side where it's laying up against the sleigh. As long as you're using the foam dots, this last present can hang over that rectangle. You just want to be able to get the rectangle in behind it. So if you're not using foam dots, you need to make sure and move that last present up just a little bit because you're not going to have the room to put the rectangle in. But now that I've got all the presents in, I can go ahead and glue the rectangle panel. And I'm going to take the front side and I'm going to stick them together, fit that rectangle in to where the rectangle hole is. You're just going to push down really hard, make sure it's good and tight in there. And then I'm also going to move this back and forth a little bit, again, just to make sure that it's going to be okay when I fold it both ways. Now I've got the front and back done, and all I have left is to work on the middle panel. So I take my presents. Again, I've already glued the ribbons on the top. I've already glued the lids on, just to save a little bit of time. But I'm gonna go ahead and put these onto that middle panel, just gluing them. I'm using the foam dots again, just to give it that extra dimension. Sorry, I kind of got off screen a little bit here, but all I'm doing is putting the foam dots on the back of the presents to give them the dimension like I spoke about before. I'll go ahead for the next one, do that double up foam dot again to give it the double layer so that it can be level. I love it with the foam dots, how it looks like Santa's sleigh is just overflowing with all of these presents. So once you get all those in there, you've got this dimension to it that you wouldn't have in a normal card or a normal SVG project. If you notice, the present that I'm working on now has got a angled bottom. That shows you that it goes at the bottom and it will line up exactly with the bottom side of that panel. Now I've got all my presents on, I'm going to fold those perforations backward. Then we're going to go ahead and get some glue put on those. Once you've got those two tabs glued, you're going to want to stick this right in the middle of the two other panels. If you line up those tabs with the back side of the sleigh, then the panel is going to be evenly spaced between the front and the back, giving you that dimension that you're looking for. You're gluing those tabs onto the sides of that rectangle that hold together the front and back panel. That's what gives you that perfect spacing. And as you can see, the panels are all put together and you've got yourself a 3D Santa sleigh. Next up, we'll make the envelope. You just want to fold on all those perforations, folding the sides in first, then the bottom, then finally the top. Put a little bit of glue along the sides and fold up the bottom. Hold that there, get it good and tight. Once the sides are glued and dried, you can go ahead and fold your card up and very carefully put Santa right on in that envelope. Once Santa's in the envelope, you can close it up with a sticker or even glue it closed for a more permanent seal. I hope the tutorial has been helpful. I've got a link to all materials down below. Like and subscribe so you can know when I put up new crafts. Thanks for watching.